Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. TAMBUWAL steps down for ATIKU. TAMBUWAL steps down for ATIKU. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The governor of Sokoto State and frontline presidential aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Aminu TAMBUWAL, on Saturday stepped down for the former Vice President ATIKU Abubakar. Shortly after stepping down, the atmosphere in the velodrome, the venue of the PDP, was charged, making some of the party stakeholders conclude that ATIKU has won the primary. The governor of Sokoto State and frontline presidential aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Aminu TAMBUWAL, on Saturday stepped down for the former Vice President ATIKU Abubakar. Shortly after stepping down, the atmosphere in the velodrome, the venue of the PDP, was charged, making some of the party stakeholders conclude that ATIKU has won the primary. The governor of Sokoto State and frontline presidential aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Aminu TAMBUWAL, on Saturday stepped down for the former Vice President ATIKU Abubakar. Shortly after stepping down, the atmosphere in the velodrome, the venue of the PDP, was charged, making some of the party stakeholders conclude that ATIKU has won the primary. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now, before I go, to my dear esteemed listeners, do not let us be too gullible to believe what these people, our politicians, are trying to do. Do not let us forget. And this is to remind us, and again, that politics is a dirty game. They tried playing with people, and at the end, they know who to choose. They know whom to choose. We can't continue living under this kind of zoological government whereby they decide on whatever they want to do without the opinion of the citizens, of the people they are governing. For how long do we need to keep acting like a slave, even in our own country? For how long do we need to keep quiet and watch our governments doing this to us when there are a lot of things they should do to us, and yet they keep on suffering us, doing all sorts because of what? Let's just, I think by 2023, we should all pray for a better leader, because even by now they all know whom to choose to rule this country, and we hope they choose a better delegate. And let's move down to the comment section and let's see what people are saying. A first commenter says, "Our next president in Nigeria is ATIKU, inshallah." The people who don't understand this country to unite and develop, how will they rule this country? That is Igbo people. Well, yeah, I smell violence because this is a word to the Igbo people from an Hausa man. And another comment which I have says, this has been the game plan to have Atiku to replace Buhari. The coming out of other northern candidates was a deceit to create impression that there is a competition. What actually baffles me most is that even if this man got there, they won't do any better. And for how long do we still need to keep acting like a slave just like we have always been doing? This man will not do any better because he has been there. Why is he still going there again? My point is, why can't they allow the beautiful minds, the young minds, I mean the young people to rule this country? Instead, if you would watch very well and if you can recall it, people ruling us as once ruled us. That is the reason why we still live a life of a slave. Another comment here says, "Separates us now. There is nowhere a northerner left for another northerner. So now them get Niger Abi. God go soon punish una." Just like I said, it is a game. They actually know what they are doing. It is who they want that will rule us in this country. Another commenter says we need a better president in this country because when is one ready to date course of this country? Another commenter says, who is fooling who? That is the original plan. That is what OP saw. All APC will vote Atiku. That is the plan. Still at the comment section. A comment here says, birds of the same feathers. Me and my households would rather vote for Peter Obi than waste my vote on Atiku or any Fulani. A comment here too says, is this country made for only Hausa and Fulanis to be ruled? God forbid. I vote Fulani or Hausa next elections. People stepping down to the one that has more dollars to give the delegates. Simple. To my daily listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let us know what your view